doing this. This looks much different than the other sniff. You can see. Everybody gonna shiny. So that's the tour. Yeah. Why a robe? Well, I think the robe had some deeper significance than I was realizing, but you're gonna douse your clothes in gasoline and you're gonna douse the robe. I don't know, the robe seemed like it made sense for some reason. But I think the robe, it was like an important Christmas gift that year. I'd just gotten it. It was like a really nice robe that I really liked. And I think because it was like so nice, I'm like, heck, maybe that's why I didn't get even more screwed up at the fire. So I burned away 85% of my body, but the way that they calculate, like if people are going to live, this really simple way that they do it from those kinds of injuries, is they take your age and they add it to the percentage of your body area burned, and that's the percentage of people that will die from those injuries. So all our math was we can do this really quickly. It's 14 plus 85, so 99% of the people that have my injuries die from them. So I'm in that sliver of the 1%. It's how doctors use, if they have somebody come in and it's an 85-year-old woman and she's 85% burned and they've got 17 other people, they're like, okay, well, we're not going to spend all our energy trying to save the 85-year-old woman. Let's save the 10-year-old with 80% burns. Yeah, there's a lot of math. We didn't know that there was going to be math today. But yeah.
Besides your friends in elementary school, middle school, or whatever. Yeah, middle school. Yeah. Who else did you tell that you actually set that shirt on fire?
I just told a couple of the people, I think everyone that's mentioned in the book that.
Oh, no one else found out? You didn't tell anyone else?
I didn't tell anyone else, but it also went away.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just because I lit the thing on fire, but I never went back to that school.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think I probably gave myself a worse punishment than they were going to dole out, but not a great way to get out of that situation. Not considered great. Somebody over here.
Do they really have your fingerprints?
Do they really have my finger? I don't know. I work as a newspaper reporter now, and I cover the police and the fire department. And I was asking the fire department guys, were they really going to prosecute me and do this whole thing? And no, probably not. It's like, yeah, they're probably trying to scare me. It's like, oh, they did. They definitely did.
The shirt on fire and the matches.
It's weird too because like I said, I cover the fire department and the police department. And a couple of months ago, there was a fire at the middle school in the town that I live in, and some 14-year-old boy had lit a fire in the bathroom and lit the paper towel dispenser on fire. And they were like, "We're going to find this kid and prosecute him for arson." But can you be easy on him though? Can you just kind of? What? What are you talking? I'll explain.
How do you feel about fire now?
That's a good question. How do I feel about fire now? I guess I'm more sensitive to it than most people probably. Like I have no problem with like lighting a candle or something, but like I said, my wife and I bought a house, and 2 weeks ago I was trying to light the hot water heater. The natural gas hot water heater, and that natural gas stuff does explode. So you have to turn on the gas, and then you have to like stick your hand underneath it and like get to the pilot light, and and then it goes. So that was like not a great experience. That was not fun. But I did, and it sort of freaked me out. I was like, oh, this would be horrible if the whole water heater exploded, and then ditch around and I don't know. The author of a book about a boy who sets himself on fire, killed in hot water. A combination of water and fire. Oh, what a drag that was. But luckily it didn't happen. So, that answer your question? Kind of.
Like, can you still barbecue and stuff?
Yeah, we can barbecue. We can barbecue all day. Yeah, you know, we do the charcoal. We do the charcoal, not the natural gas. Mostly, you get a good flavor on your burger that way. Other cooking tips would people like? Yeah. Because of the burn, like because of the medical bills. Insurance paid for most, if not almost all of it, which was great. You know, I think it's hopefully not too much, and it's about a $400,000 bill. Just for the Children's Hospital part. Not the DuPont hospital part. So they work the system. I mean, a lot of what I have of their records is just them dealing with insurance. Okay. Which is not in the book at all. Like, you don't really get that, I don't think. But that's what they're doing when they're not there. I mean, they must have been stressed out. They go from visiting me in the hospital to, you know, arguing with some insurance adjuster that, you know, no, we're not paying for your son's injuries. He hurt him. You know, I don't even really know what the story is there. But
How much do you think your parents paid, like, aside what insurance paid?
I have no idea.
You know,
No. Well, I guess I never really thought about it in that way. Like, Mom, Dad, so what am I worth? Alive? So what was it, like a $25 copay? Or, no, I'm sure it was thousands of dollars. But, hey.
When you went back to high school, did you ever feel like were you ever depressed again to the point where you felt like you wanted to attempt suicide again?
Well, not just in high school, but I mean throughout my whole life, I have experienced depression, and part of experiencing depression is having suicidal thoughts. But I've never tried to commit suicide or had any suicide attempt or anything like that, I've never tried anything like that. But the actual suicidal ideation is part of a symptom of depression. So for me, that's part of it. Like some people have different things. So I have trouble getting out of bed, and I eat too much, and I have thoughts like I want to drive my car off the bridge. That's when I know I'm like, time to go back to the doctor and get the meds adjusted. But it's good to have somebody in your life too. And my wife is this person for me. Someone who almost knows me better than I know myself. Like she's like, "You doing all right? You kind of look like you're got that kind of dead eye look, the gray circles." And I'm like, no, I'm doing fine. You sure? Oh, you're right. I started feeling crappy. Yeah, that's not right. So. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it happens. It's happened a couple of times, specifically after the book came out, that I had a really tough couple weeks where I just wasn't getting anything done, wasn't enjoying anything, and it turned out it was symptoms of depression.
what are your in-laws think of you? Like the whole situation.
Oh. What am I doing? Well, my father-in-law's a psychiatrist. But he gets it. He's a very nice guy. He's like a super mellow.
How about the mom?
Oh, she's not with us anymore, unfortunately. I never got to meet her. That's fine. But we actually live in a town with my wife's entire family, so we see them all the time. And I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, everybody's got their own issues at some point when you grow up. Everybody's, whether or not they have the scars on the outside or on the inside of their body, everybody's got something. Yeah.
When you do crafting and stuff like that, is there an activity or hobby that you do when you're doing that, like play guitar or?
Well, the thing that I really enjoy the most is writing, and I try and write